Start there. All right, there we go. So 3, 2, and 1. Well, Mary Katie, welcome back to Mayor's Monday here at WSAU.
Happy Monday.
WSAU.com. As always, you are appearing as the mayor of the city of Wausau, and nothing in this video should be taken anywhere else but you.
Hey man, you said it.
Being the mayor
Yeah.
of the city of
That's what
Wausau.
I'm doing. We're mayoring.
Exactly. And part of mayoring in Wausau, this is my wrap my head around the word that we just created, is dealing with water.
Oh, indeed it does.
So, which water deal are we at right now? Besides, PFAS, lead service lines, whatever it may be.
Yeah. So we care about all of the water things, and so a little update. Obviously, since this winter has been a little bit slow, the team has had no problem continuing construction on the permanent PFAS solution. So that's going on. If you ever felt like going to check it out, you can see what's happening over there. We're hoping they can get done a little early, but we are working on their schedule that they initially agreed to, which is kind of the end of the year. So really exciting. We're ready to be done with it and have the permanent solution in place. But right now we have the temporary solution happening. So we're still low every month as we test for PFAS. So that's good news too.
Yes, and I know the part of accelerating the timeline from the onset was to help save another resin change out. Are we still kind of in that spot?
That's the goal still. And we replaced it once already. And it's good for about a year. So if we make this timeline, as initially planned, we'll just be sliding in and we'll get it done. So hopefully no delays.
Right.
And we're pushing. We need it to be done. So I feel good about it. But yeah, that's the goal. We still want to save that $1 million and not have to do it. However, it is budgeted. If we have to use it, it would just be nice to save that $1 million.
Yes, save that $1 million, put it towards debt elsewhere, whatever it is.
You know me. Yeah. We've had this conversation.
Yeah. So, and on that note, though, the water still safe here in Wausau.
Yes.
Still can use whatever filtration system you like in your home, but we are
of
getting
course.
to that point where by the middle of next year we should have water that is at non-detect. Middle of this year, excuse me, we have the water at non-detect levels.
And when we change the resin out, it immediately goes to non-detect, so it just bounces around a little bit as we kind of manipulate that resin. They call it backwashing. It sounds terrible, but it's kind of like pushing out kind of the PFAS and then like reworking it, and it tends to get us back down to zero. So we'll keep doing that.
And something tells me if people actually saw, what the water looks like when it comes in and the
You'd be
process
shocked.
you go through, you might just not want to drink it, period. But again, it comes out drinkable and usable.
Yeah, the water cycle is something that I've gotten very familiar with. And there's a variety. That's the thing that's interesting is that like some of the plant is just a variety of settling kind of ponds and retention areas. So you see the stuff settling, you see it getting aerated, you see it like going through a variety of things. So if you're a nerd, I recommend scheduling a tour and getting to know all about it. It'll be like you're watching Mr. Rogers and learning all about how this works.
Yeah. It's I've been on those tours before.
Of course you have.
Yeah, you would be amazed at what goes out and what comes in and how it gets cleaned up and goes out to what we end up using here in Wausau. Then on the other end of the spectrum, the pipes that it goes through to get to your house, obviously a lot of lead service lines still here in the city, and there's been a lot of discussion about this and the group that the city has, for lack of a better term, jumped into bed with to complete the lead service line replacement. I guess the first question is, tell us what you know about the people behind Community Infrastructure Partners, what the city knew about their previous iterations, and are there any concerns going forward that this somehow is not going to get done, or that it's going to get done, but the work is going to be subpar?
Yeah, I think the work is going to get done great because, we're working with Community Infrastructure Partners and they're project managing. That's how this is kind of playing out. And what that means for us is that we have local plumbers doing the work. So your local plumbers here, your local unions who are training the plumbers, that's who's going to be doing the work. And I know that you can trust all of that. So I understand there's some questions about maybe previous work. I think it'd be a great conversation for you to have someday if you're interested with CIP. But I feel good about where we're going. And, of course, like we need to ask these questions. This is how policy is made, and sometimes people like to take offense at maybe thinking a different direction, and I don't think we can do that. I think we need to have the discussions. We need everyone to air their concerns and grievances and have them vetted. But I think we end up in a better place even. So I feel good about us moving forward still. And I think that the ultimate goal of getting rid of the 8,000 lead service lines that are still left in our city is a noble goal, and it's important because the EPA said you have 10 years to get it done. So we want to get that done. And we want to use the federal money that's available right now. That's really the critical part. The money is available now, and actually, this is maybe a hot tip. I heard that we all applied for our funds for this lead service line, all the clean water, safe water, and we have just been notified this week that all the funds have been dispersed. So, state of Wisconsin doesn't have any more. So, if you didn't apply for it, you're gonna have to wait until next year. So. We are lucky. We got more than 5 million. We're excited.
Yeah, indeed. And I know you brought up kind of a key point there in that local people are going to be doing this work. This isn't going to be community infrastructure partners sending a whole bunch of fly-by-night plumbers in here that are then just going to move on to the next city. There will be local people doing the work. It's just community infrastructure partners is bringing the team leaders and project managers in here, right?
Yeah, the way I look at it is there are project managers making sure that this work gets done appropriately, that we're communicating with the community. And, there's some things that we're going to refine as we go. This is year one. And again, the city's only committed to year one. So we're going to see how it goes. We're going to make some changes if we have to. And then we'll go on to year two, hopefully, and make sure we get this done in 5 years. But yes, you're exactly right. Well, and, there's going to be enough work for people. It might be that these plumbers who we train do then move on to wherever else needs to get their lead service lines replaced. Are they moving on to Marshfield? Are they moving on to, Kenosha? So there's opportunity for them to continue that work too. But part of the performance contracting mechanism that we're using, that we're grading them on, is local workers. And when we thought about local, we thought, okay, central Wisconsin, that's important. Generally Wisconsin. So we're looking for all folks in Wisconsin. So
then this is actually something that's coming to the city council tomorrow. Then you're going to be voting on the agreement, as you said, for year one, which is all that the city is committed to of this project. Tell us what revisions, or at least the revisions that you know of, that are getting made.
Right.
To that.
So we are not voting on the entire contract or whether or not we enter into the agreement. We've already done that. This is an amendment. So we want to make sure that the spirit of what the council requested as far as transparency in meetings and things is exactly what they wanted. So that's what they'll be voting on Tuesday, is that amendment. I don't have the language memorized, so you'll have to go ahead and read what we have in the packet.
I, of course, which is what I do anyway.
Of course, you're a nerd. That's what you do.
Exactly. Now just wait until you get me started on sabermetrics and baseball statistics.
Let's go.
Really
Adam Silver in the house.
Yeah, then we're really going to be getting into nerd territory there. You can hear
that.
You can hear that on Saturday mornings sometimes with Making Financial Sense, but I digress. Back on topic here. Obviously, the city has been doing a lot of pothole filling and not much else on the streets this winter. Is that kind of refreshing for the street crew?
Yeah, I think so. It's been crazy, really. This winter has been wild. I mean, we were talking about how much money we're saving as a community before you flipped up the camera on, and it's true, we are saving a lot. And but we also want to make sure we're getting a lot of work done. So yes, they are filling potholes. They're doing all kinds of stuff. They're prepping for the spring construction season. Which is probably why I'm hearing a lot more about the street reconstruction questions and things like that happening now too. So yes, I think we're going to get a little head start here, at least for now. I'm still kind of holding out hope. I know that it's not normal for us to talk about how much we like snow, but I do like snow. I would love to experience winter. I'd love to go snowshoeing one time. So, that's where I'm at. But yeah, we are saving money and we are prepping for the spring construction season.
And from what I understand as well, the city's not only, saving money by not distributing salt or a briny sand mixture, you're also saving the roadways a bit. As you get these potholes filled, you're patching them well. And probably preventing some future potholes as well.
Yeah, there's some. I can think of one that's like Grand and Thomas that just every year comes up, and it's like a swamp almost. And I haven't seen that happening, so good news there. We're saving all kinds. So yeah, you are saving on the wear and tear as well, and you're not ripping things out, so it's good.
Yeah, absolutely. One more thing before we let you go then. As far as transit director search goes, where are we at in this process? And I mean, as much as you can tell us, what are you looking for as the new transit director probably gets ready to get named here in a week or so, right?
Oh, look at you. Yeah. So I'm excited. We had some great interviews. We're looking for somebody with experience managing people, managing systems. We're looking for somebody who is, able to work very well with policy bodies and, some of the kind of interesting machinations of politics. So I feel really good about the interviews we had, and I hope that I have something good to share with you very soon.
Yes, and obviously whoever then gets the position is going to be in, I guess, not so much of a different position that Matthew Rosenblum-Jones was. You're coming into a transit system that probably needs some changes. It's in a difficult spot. So that's obviously something that you're looking for as well. Somebody who can come in with a new perspective.
Yeah, and no matter who comes in and who is there, we're looking at transit right now in a state way. We need changes, and the federal government has obviously signaled to us that changes need to happen too. They're not funding diesel buses anymore, so that's really important that we get somebody who wants to come in and help us get what we need to get done in order to make way for the future of transit. And I need that to be getting people around our city and helping them. So.
And as I feel like a broken record every time I bring this up as well, but it's also growing the transit system, because obviously you can't cross the line. You get down Grand Avenue and that bus has got to make a U-turn because you can't go into Schofield, you can't go into Weston, and it's going to be bringing those people together to say, how can we service this better for the region and for everybody.
I think the thing that's good about this conversation happening like this is that the communities are hearing it. And I think we've had some productive discussions with some of our neighbors. Obviously, we can't get all the way there, and everybody is like clinging to their pennies because we have to. I think there's going to be opportunity, though, because we're hearing from businesses that are in these other communities, like, we need some support here. How do we have this conversation? So I feel good about those businesses maybe pushing on their communities. I feel good about the county wanting to continue this conversation, too. They're a big part of our planning, so it's important. So I think we're going to get somewhere. I wish that I felt as optimistic as I did a few years ago, but, we're going to get there. It's... we got to figure it out. It's the people are, at least the people of Wausau are saying we need this. So we're not gonna fail them now.
Mm-hmm. Well, we always appreciate the time there, Katie, and we'll look forward to chatting again next month.
Have a great rest of your month.